after the exciting news from Amazon that they weren't going to raise fees for Amazon FBA sellers coming into 2025, they decided to throw a wrench into that plan by completely changing the Amazon reimbursement policy for inventory that gets lost, damaged, etc. in their warehouse. And so today I'm going to be breaking down that exact policy. They actually came out with a new update since this first news article broke on Amazon's seller news. So I'm excited to go through that new update. It does clarify some things, but as you can imagine, this has caused quite the stir in the Amazon seller circles. And, just another thing that Amazon needed to do, which was to make sellers mad in another way. Ultimately, I hope that it's not as big of a deal as some people are making it out to be. I don't expect it to be, but it could be. I could be wrong on that. It depends on how the actual rollout goes, depends on if they change any of their parameters based off feedback from sellers. But let's go ahead and get into that policy here in just a second. Now, first, my name is Jimmy Smith. I have been selling on Amazon and online for the last 9 years, since 2015, and I've built and scaled multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses. I've taught thousands of other people to do the same. The reason I do this is because I want to make online selling simple for those that are seeking financial freedom. Now, if you are someone that is here for the first time, I hope that this video helps you and clarifies some things for you. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, as you can see, this is Amazon's update and policy update for the FBA inventory reimbursement policy that they recently released on December 18th, 2024. Now, you can see that they actually had to make a new change, a new note on here to include a clarified definition of something that we're going to discuss. It's very important for this policy, by the way. They made that update a day later, I assume due to all of the craziness, all of the anger and the posts and stuff that came from sellers after this policy update. But I do want to point out too that this is actually effective March 10th, 2025. They give us a few months to be prepared for it. I think they're also giving themselves a few months to try to be prepared for it. But ultimately, we'll see if this even ever happens. A lot of people are upset about this. I don't think it's as big of a deal now that they've updated this definition. But let's just go through the policy. We'll talk about it. And I'd love for your comments down below this video. Now, here you can see they're updating their fulfillment by Amazon inventory reimbursement policy to help provide you, the seller, greater transparency and more predictability in how reimbursements are calculated for items that are lost or damaged before a customer order. They are, as always, messaging this new fee, this new update as something that's good for sellers. Now, it may end up being good, a net neutral type of a result. I think that ultimately this will end up impacting sellers negatively in some way as almost an additional fee, even though they didn't change the fees for 2025 for sellers in general. But ultimately, Amazon is saying this will help drive a more consistent approach that works as we support sellers with supply chain services across their sales channels. Only time will tell if that will actually happen. Now, effective March 10th, 2025, Amazon is going to reimburse sellers based on the product manufacturing cost of the affected inventory. This is what caused the big stir for sellers, right? Because they did not fully define what manufacturing cost was until December 19th, which is why I wanted to make this video now with the most up-to-date seller news from Amazon. Now, manufacturing cost. This means your cost to source a product from a manufacturer, from a wholesaler, a reseller, or to produce the item if you are the manufacturer themselves. It excludes costs such as shipping, handling, customs duties, or other costs, which I kind of think is not a good thing, right? They should not be excluding those costs because obviously that is a cost to a inventory that you're purchasing, especially if you're purchasing overseas. If you're a private label seller, that will hurt you because shipping and customs duties, other costs won't be included, but whatever, that is going to hurt private label sellers. But what was a big problem for resellers, people doing arbitrage like I have done for years, people doing wholesale like I have done for years that are buying products either from a store and selling them on Amazon or buying them from a brand or a distributor and selling them on Amazon, they were saying, Amazon did not cover what manufacturing costs meant. So from my perspective, it could have been, we are going to actually go back and we need to find the manufacturing cost from the original manufacturer for that brand. And even though wholesale has a markup and all these other things go into it, I was going to be at the mercy of Amazon to say, what is the manufacturing cost? Instead, they're saying, hey, this is the cost to source a product from your wholesaler, from your reseller, or to produce the item if you are the manufacturer or the private label seller here. So for resellers, it does provide some more clarity that we will be able to most likely submit invoices or receipts that are proving that we are purchasing this particular item from a store or from a distributor or brand directly for a particular price, even if Amazon feels that it should be less money. Now, I don't personally like this because ultimately then Amazon's going to be getting more data regarding the costs that we are paying for items, where we are purchasing these items from. Alas, we don't really have a choice in this if we want to get reimbursed for the things that we actually are purchasing at the price we are purchasing them from. Amazon continues to say to help provide you, the seller, greater control and accuracy, you can choose how we determine the manufacturing cost for your products. Thank you so much, Amazon, for letting us choose. I appreciate that. Amazon, this is option 1. Amazon will provide a manufacturing cost estimate for you. So if you see Amazon's estimate and it's more than what you've paid, just let them estimate it for you. Okay. That is one thing that I will definitely do. If Amazon is estimating a cost that was higher than I paid for this item, then I will allow them to do so. But this estimate is going to be based on a comprehensive evaluation of comparable products sold by Amazon, by other sellers, and through wholesale channels. Now, not sold through retail channels. So if you're an arbitrage seller, this could hurt you if Amazon is going to determine that you're purchasing this from a wholesale channel, and that's what they're going to use to determine the calculation, but you're actually determining it from a retail channel. That is going to be a problem because you need to get the retail price that you paid from Walmart, for example, versus the wholesale cost that Amazon's going to determine it from, which is why here's the next thing. You can provide your manufacturing costs directly. Remember, manufacturing costs includes wholesaler, reseller, etc. If you don't provide your own costs, we'll automatically apply our estimate, which you can change when you're ready. So I don't know, Amazon does not say that you have to follow a specific process. I assume it's going to be the same as before. Whenever you're filing for reimbursements, you need to submit invoices, receipts, etc. And if you are providing your manufacturing costs directly, more than likely you're going to have to submit your invoices, your receipts, etc. The other risk here with this first estimate is that Amazon may, because they're going to be getting details from other sellers on these same exact products, Amazon may not like how much that you buy this product for. Maybe you bought it for $15 from a retail store and it was profitable for you to purchase that from. But other sellers are getting it on a wholesale basis at $8 per item. And that is a very highly profitable product for those sellers. And so if Amazon sees that you're putting $15 in there and they ask for receipts, they may, in the future, we don't know, they may end up coming back and saying, well, sorry, we are going to do a comprehensive evaluation, and all of the other sellers, or most of them, submit receipts and invoices that show half the cost of what you were buying it for. So there is going to need to be some sort of receipts or invoices provided to Amazon more than likely in the future to prove this. However, you still run the risk that Amazon may change this. They are not saying that they will deny your receipts or your invoices, so let's keep that in mind. They have not said that. They're saying you can provide these costs directly, but ultimately I'm expecting them to ask for invoices and receipts, and they may end up changing some of this policy in the future. We don't know, just me speculating based on how this is looking currently. Now, again, I could be wrong. Now, to help you prepare, you can view and manage manufacturing costs in the Inventory Defect and Reimbursements portal starting in late January. So this option does not exist yet. They want you to start adding manufacturing costs into this portal a few months before it takes place. And ultimately, this portal is here, but it does not have this new Manage Your Manufacturing Cost page yet. And I've got an example. I'll show you what this portal currently looks like from screenshot that I got, but ultimately the Manage Your Manufacturing Cost option is not in there yet. And so let me go ahead and go over to that screenshot. You can see here that in this example, there were multiple units reimbursed. You can see the overview of the units. You can see what's eligible for claim. You can see what's in progress currently. You can see what's been resolved and the cash reimbursed, etc. And I assume they're going to have a Manage Your Manufacturing Costs somewhere up here for you to put all of those costs in there. Now, at some point, if it is different maybe than what Amazon is expecting, they will most likely ask for the invoices. I'm not sure if it's going to be based on a calculation. If they say this thing should be $10 reimbursed to you, you say that your cost was $20. Is $20 the threshold? Is it $12 at the threshold? Is it $10.01 that is going to be the threshold where they're going to ask for reimbursements, proof or inventory cost proof for receipts and invoices? Ultimately, we will have to wait and see. I am glad, though, that they did clarify this policy because, boy, whenever I was about to make this video, it was going to be a much different video of we have no idea what this is going to do for resellers. Now, I'm going to check out this Inventory Defect and Reimbursements portal page real quick for you. This is what this looks like. If you want to read through all of it, you can. Essentially, it just talks about what the portal is. It's a single centralized portal to manage inventory-related defects in Amazon's network and their associated resolutions. It's a bunch of different jargon and lingo, just kind of explaining, hey, there's a date range, product search, event type, here's the overview, here's what's eligible for claims, etc. So you can go through this. They do link to it. There's some good information, but it's pretty self-explanatory based on that screenshot that I had pulled up here. This is what it kind of looks like. Here's the overview, what's eligible, what's in progress, what's been resolved, how much that you've gotten reimbursed over a set time period, etc. So I'm pretty basic right now, and ultimately Amazon will be adding more things to it for that managing your wholesale costs. And you can actually access this portal in 3 different ways, and they give instructions for that from the inventory tab, from fulfillment reports, or from the reimbursements or FBA customer returns reports. So a lot of different ways you can check that out and see what Amazon has automatically been reimbursing you for. Go ahead and do it. I will be doing that very soon as well, just to kind of see what that looks like for my account. Additionally, we're constantly refining our operations and processes to prevent products from being lost or damaged and having to be reimbursed. They really need to refine this because it's happening all the time. But again, they've got bajillion products that come through Amazon's warehouse, and that's probably the real number, a bajillion. I've heard them say. I'm just kidding. But for cases where reimbursement is necessary, we're focused on ensuring timely compensation. We now offer automatic reimbursements for items lost in our fulfillment center, saving you time and eliminating the need for you to submit a claim to receive reimbursement. That is also false. Highly recommend utilizing a service that helps you to submit claims to receive reimbursements on things that Amazon has missed. There are plenty of services out there. There's a lot of them you can check out online. You can even post some in the comments if you want to, but ultimately those services usually charge a fee. If you're in my Business Building Legends community, you get that completely for free, up to the value of whatever people spend into the annual cost of their membership. But if you're not in that community and you're just, you're out there being an Amazon seller, you will most likely have to pay 20-25% on those reimbursements from a service. And that's great, because then you don't have to worry about it. So go check out those services, and there's a lot of good options for you there. But ultimately, this is Amazon's new policy. They are going to be giving us reimbursements on the products that they lose or damage based off manufacturing costs. Essentially, they are going to provide the manufacturing cost estimate to us. And if we don't do anything about it, we're just going to get reimbursed with whatever Amazon says. However, if we want to make sure we're getting reimbursed correctly or at the highest value, we're going to want to go through, check the manufacturing costs that Amazon puts in there, and then apply our own actual value of that inventory into the manufacturing costs. And most likely, we're going to have to submit receipts and invoices, etc., as we have always done. We will wait to see how this actually plays out. Again, it will be effective March 10th, 2025. In late January, they will be rolling out this new portal, so that way you can start adding in your manufacturing costs and potentially, hopefully, seeing what their estimate is here. And in the future, it will just hopefully speed up the process for reimbursements, and we'll have to wait to see how they're going to apply it for resellers, wholesalers, etc., versus the private label sellers that exist out there. So I don't think it's as doom and gloom as everybody else online, at least in the circles I'm a part of, seems to be saying. It could potentially be that Amazon has made it better in the last day since before I recorded this video to provide that clarification. But as is normal, anytime a new fee comes out, anytime something changes on Amazon, it is usually to Amazon's benefit more so than it is to the sellers. And so that's going to cause an uproar. And if people are leaving the platform, I totally understand. Ultimately, it means less competition for those people that are sticking with the platform and able to be profitable on Amazon. But no matter what, if you're an Amazon seller, begin diversifying into other platforms and other channels. If you're doing over $5,000 or $10,000 per month, look at selling on Walmart, look at selling products on eBay, look at creating a brand and doing things on Shopify. But you have to be at a certain base level, and Amazon gets you to that level because of the logistics and the supply chain that they allow you to utilize. And so ultimately, I still agree and believe that Amazon is the best and simplest place to start. Once you get going and you start to see some scale and some success, 5, 10K per month, that's when you should start looking to add in new streams of income through Walmart and other channels that exist out there for you to have multiple streams of income that can kind of safeguard your business. If anything changes with Amazon and they start adding more and more fees, but Walmart is much better, then you can start to pivot that way and spend more time focused on selling on Walmart or other channels. So focus on your Amazon business until you have some time to outsource to some other people or to change into other directions with new platforms that you can sell on, and you'll see success in the long run. We'll have to wait to see how this actually plays out. If you're somebody that is at the 5 or 10K per month level and you're looking to grow and scale your business, I highly recommend checking out my Business Building Legends community. If you go to the link below at askjimmysmith.com/legends, you can apply there to join. It is a sales page. You don't have to go there, but I always like to let people know about it because we see success in there. We have information on eBay and Walmart, scaling your business, over 100 standard operating procedures for sourcing, scaling your business, and hiring VAs, hiring team members, etc., so that you can grow and scale predictably. But if you're under that 5 or 10K per month, then that's why I make all this free training for you. And I have a free 30-day training at askjimmysmith.com/free training if you're interested. But I hope this video helps you and blesses you. Post your comments and questions down below, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week.